And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, August 25th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. On Monday morning, the sun is shining a little bit cooler this morning, and we welcome you to our program. And we welcome this morning Clint Kelly to talk about Absolute Kubota. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
All right, we have made connection. We're ready to go. Good morning to you. Normally, you are right here live in studio with us, but this morning, calling in, and we'll talk about Absolute Kubota on the phone. Of course, our regular listeners know that you head up the service department at Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main here in Lebanon, and the fair is over. Absolute Kubota had its presence there, of course, and I don't know exactly what all you want to talk about this morning, but there's always plenty to talk about at Absolute Kubota.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coleman. We had a good footprint out at the fair. We took our lot looked fairly empty with all the machines we took out there. Last week, I got to mention that we sponsored the dairy goat show, and then also the 4-H tractor driving competition. So we had we love to be associated with the fair, and obviously get some calls and questions about machines that we have down there. We had a lot of things that we had a lot of machines down there with signs about our rental program. So yeah, we've got a lot of things to offer the citizens of Lebanon and Wilson County. Obviously, tractor needs. We always talk about RTVs and maintenance and this and that, but we also have a lot of equipment that we rent. So if you want to try something out, give us a call. There's a good chance we've got it in our rental fleet, and we can get it to you.
Well, there really is so much to talk about on Absolute Kubota. I have a page full of notes here, and we never go through everything that's on here in 5 or 6 minutes on Monday morning. But I guess the tractors are one big thing. The mowers, and especially the zero-turn mowers of both Kubota and Exmark, that's a big thing with you, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Grass is still growing. It's still prime cutting season. We've got a lot of equipment that a lot of people trying to replace mowers that haven't been working so great. We take stuff in on trade all the time. You just got to call and talk to our salesman. But yeah, and then we still have machines that we're trying to get people that they're trying to maintain their machines throughout the end of the year. If you haven't already, it's probably a good time to get blades sharpened or take a look at replacing them. That's a big thing in this area. Everybody wants to make sure their lawns is well taken care of as possible, and we're here to support those machines that are readily available out in the community.
Well, you just mentioned something, and I've got to ask this because I'm really wondering, and I know a lot of it depends on how much one is used, but how long does a blade last on a lawnmower? I mean, you sharpen them over and over and over, but and it will depend, I guess, too, on how much it's used. But what's the general life of a lawnmower blade? Do you have any idea?
So it's such a open-ended question because it's tough to give an answer to it because you're right. It so much depends on usage, how short you're mowing, how much you're cutting off the grass at the top. The real easy thing to check is obviously putting your eye on your blade, see if the tip is rounded off. That can and if there's pitting in the metal, like it looks like the metal's starting to break away, you definitely want to replace them then. But also you can look at your grass. If it looks like it's being cut at the top with scissors, you're good. That's a perfect blade. If it looks like the blades of grass are being ripped off, they definitely need to be sharpened. And then you can take a look. Lots of times when we get people that they say that the grass is being left cut uneven, it's because you've got a bent blade, and everybody in Wilson County knows we grow rocks just as well as we grow grass. So there's a good chance you may have hit something as well.
Yeah, that's always something to look out for as well. Well, we've up until the last 10 days or so, we've had an abundance of rain this year. Is hay season still going on? What about hay equipment and all of that? Let's talk a little bit about hay equipment.
Yeah, we still have some people with hay on the ground doing extra cuts with all the moisture we've had. So we maintain anything Kubota. We've had people that unfortunately with hay equipment, the times it isn't working right. It's when you've got hay on the ground, you're trying to roll it, you're trying to rake it. We will make service calls for that. So give us a call if you've got a machine that's down in the field, and we can do our best to come out as quick as possible to get it diagnosed and get it looked at. And then, we always put in a plug about bringing those machines in off-season, because there's some inspections we can do to make sure that everything that we can, look through, it's working correctly, so that come time to roll, time to cut, time to rake, time to run a tether through everything's working correctly, so that you have less time down waiting for equipment to work correctly for you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Let me remind everybody you have an easy phone number to remember, really, 615-449-6171. The website, www.absolutekubota.com, and you are open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to noon. So, Clint Kelly and the service department at Absolute Kubota, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Coleman.
All right. See you next time. And we are 10 minutes after the hour. I've invited Debbie Moss, our circuit court clerk, to be my guest this morning. Debbie is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is nice to see you again. We've known each other for quite some time, and actually you're serving your third term, you told me, as circuit court clerk. And I guess by now you know all the ropes.
I wish. The laws change every July 1 and every January 1. And the courts, for some reason, they have more bills than anybody that goes through legislature. We had over 225 bills last time. And some of them slipped through that we weren't really crazy about, but we'll deal with it and go back and see what we can do with some of them. But with 42 pages of laws.
Are there many differences other than maybe some changes like you just alluded to, but other than the change you get after every legislative session? Is it still pretty much the same as it was when you went in there years ago?
No, it's really kind of changed. There's a new law out that everybody in the state has to get on the same juvenile system, and the larger cities have their own system, and they've put millions of dollars in it. And now the state's come in and said, everybody's got to go to Quest.
How does that affect us?
We were already on it, thank goodness.
Mm.
So I inherited that.
During your time in office, has the employees of circuit court clerk grown a lot, or have you managed to make do pretty much with the number of people that were there when you started?
I know I've had to add some personnel, and when we get into this new building, which I'm very excited about, we're going to all be together. So that's going to be a big change, and hopefully it'll work out.
Well, we've got about 3 or 4 minutes here before we go to a break. If you would kind of describe for our listeners, I mean, we have the county court clerk, Mr. Goodall, of course. We have the circuit court clerk, that's you, and then we have other offices, of course, and I don't know how familiar the average person is, but it's easy to get confused. To describe what, and I know in your office, I know there's several courts that you oversee and have a relationship with, and it's kind of a complex office, I think, and your job is one in looking in several directions all the time.
All the time, and people really don't know what I do, because hopefully they haven't had to go to court for anything. But I'm responsible for every piece of paperwork that comes through the Wilson County court system, other than Chancery. From every speeding ticket to adoptions to juries to murder, I have to keep all of it. And I'm responsible for all of it.
Well, you obviously have some good people in place.
I have an excellent staff.
How many comprise your office?
I have 38 clerks.
38.
And some of them are part-time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, you obviously, if you have a presence in the courtroom, there's a relationship with the judges. And
you have to get those personalities just right in those courtrooms with the judges and the clerks. And sometimes it's you got to work on it.
What does your representative do? They have to write up what is happening in the court? Is that? I mean, I'm showing my ignorance now because I know very little about. I've been around it some, but as to actually what they do, their job descriptions or responsibilities, I don't have much of a clue.
Well, and it's different in each court too, because the circuits judges, their secretaries pretty much do their dockets. Sessions and family court, we do the dockets. Well, not family court. Judge Hagan's his secretary does theirs, but. They schedule everything. They get people in, then they reschedule everything, and then they are entering it as it's happening in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, now you have somebody, I think I'm right on this, somebody from the state that comes and takes a look at things periodically, right?
Oh, yeah, we're on the state server. So the AOC sends them.
How have you done with that over the years? You've had very favorable
very favorable
grades?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they look for?
The auditors?
Yeah. Well, if it's an auditor, they're looking at numbers. Obviously.
Well, no, and not just that, but security and is your equipment up to date and all that stuff, and is it on par with everything else? No, I've not had any findings. I had a finding one time, and it was over personnel, that somebody didn't get taken off of something.
Okay.
And I like to blame one of my judges for that, and he knows which one he is.
Debbie Moss is here. We've got to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Wrapping up an earlier wreck we had in Antioch, 24 westbound, just before Briley. It's just heavy up through here as it is with all that traffic coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, coming up through this section of Davidson County is slow on 24 westbound at Briley Parkway. Still a little bit of a slowdown. Vietnam Vets going westbound at Conference Drive on an earlier crash. 65 south at Trinity Lane's wanting to slow down as well. Stein Dental Care in Nashville offering a $50 new patient exam and consultation. Call Stein Dental Care in Nashville, 540-0888. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals on everything you need for your special event. Birthdays, weddings, corporate events, they have you covered. Tables, chairs, tents, linens, dance floor, and so much more. Visit their new showroom in Lebanon at 713 East Main Street in the old Ferguson's building. Find them every day at fiestas.com or on Facebook. Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals that can transform your vision into a beautiful reality. Mention this ad to receive 10% off.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Other clerk.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Debbie Moss is with us this morning. Debbie is the circuit court clerk. And I don't know how well we have defined your job, the job description we gave of what this office is all about. But multifaceted is a very good place to start because there's so many irons in the fire. And
Exactly.
the different courts and all of this. How long did it take you to... maybe you already knew some of this before you took office, but there is a lot to learn.
There's a lot to learn. The first time I went to a conference, I came back just days. I was like, how did I not know this part of it? And part of it was where we had data fee money. And then I got back and I went to Barbara Webb and I said, now what, how do we get to this data fee money? And she said, oh, you're not going to get that. She said, they put that in the general fund. I was like, oh yeah, I am, because it's TCA. And I had a very well working relationship with finance because that's where I came out of. And I took the book with me and I opened it up and I said, read that right there. I got it back.
Yeah.
So, and it's,
are there any particular needs that you have right now that you really need to work on to get to do a better job?
Storage and EMS and trying to keep all the records complete and just know that the left hand knows what the right hand is doing when those records go out, because I have to store them off-site, a lot of them.
But we do have, they are written, they're not on computer or not on...
It's a little bit of both.
Oh.
But our judges still like to look and read and, write on those docket sheets. And it's coming. It's actually going to be were the statewide thing again, it's going to happen that you have to do e-filing, electronic filing, and that's going to be it.
Well, are you think you're adequately staffed right now?
Right now, I do. I think when we get in the new building and it's just going to get more and more populated, I think that'll be a challenge then.
Well, let's talk about the new building, because I had that in the back of my mind when I invited you out here to knowing that you and your office has the affiliation with all these courts and everything, that you would be somewhat concerned about what all was happening. When in initial planning, were you included in that, or was that exclusive with the judges?
Oh, no, I was included. Those architects I was the last one to sign off, let's put it that way. And they are nice people. They know what they're doing, but the way they had some things set up, I'm like, we can't do that. I'm not going to put my clerk that close to somebody that can, get to them. Or, they had them walking right past stuff. And I don't care if you are shackled. If you do this to my clerk around the neck, then, that we had to change a lot of stuff.
So they did. Somebody listened to you.
They did. They finally did. But the big change for me is going to be having everyone in one place. Because right now I've got 3 different offices, and I'm just juggling those all the time.
Okay, where are your 3 offices right
College
now?
Street, and then over at the Judicial Center. That's the Judicial Center. Over by the courthouse, I've got an office over here and an office over here. I've got criminal and juvenile on one side of the lobby, and then general sessions is the other side. And then it's circuit, obviously it's family court and circuit over there too.
So what will the change be? Will you be all of your people?
All of them will be in one spot, yes. That's going to be a challenge with a lot of women. So we'll see how that works out.
Well, in the same building.
Yes, we're going to be the front line. When the new building is done, when you come in through security, all of my offices will be right there. And I think it'll be a lot easier, because now people are running. First, they go to the courthouse to find out there's no court in the courthouse. And then they go to College Street to find out they're supposed to be on East High Street. And half the time, when we have a jury pool, we have to wait till everybody can get to the right building. And it's just a challenge.
That's something else you're responsible for,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
A jury pool, people to select from for juries.
Yes, and it's Judge Kane always teases me because he's like, okay, she's going to pronounce all these names.
No, let's talk about that. What's the law say? You can I don't know what you call this, a summons or what, but you.
It's a summons.
So, okay, you're summoned for jury duty.
Mm-hmm.
What are ways where you are there ways to opt out of that?
There are. If you get us a note from your doctor saying that you can't, or if you can prove that you have moved out of state, you have to give us proof, obviously. But if you're not physically able to, and the clerks have a bill, if you're 75 or older, you don't have to serve without any excuse, because a lot of people are having to go make a doctor's appointment, get that letter, whatever, to bring to us, and it was costing them money to just even try to prove their, a disability or whatever.
But that's the law now. If you're 75, you don't have to.
You don't have to, but if you want to, absolutely, we want you. Yeah. So it's a choice.
But if not, you've got to have some sort of doctor's excuse or something.
Or something to prove that you are not a citizen.
And that's another thing I wonder about. How do you select those? There's I don't know we got over 100,000 people in Wilson County, right?
We got over 150,000 people in Wilson County.
So anybody, what is 21 or
18?
18.
You can be 18.
18 to 75, you can be called for jury duty.
Yes, and
what determines who gets called?
The state. It's a state program. We push a button, and from your driver's license is how it's chosen. Oh. And then when we get the list, I go through the list, I look at it, and I'm like, yes, this person is 98. I don't think they want to be here. But, yeah, we can automatically excuse those.
Are there any other grounds, really, that are...
Well, we bring them in and let them talk to the judge about it. And then if he wants to dismiss them, he can. But, yeah, there's all different things. If you're, say, you own your own company and you're the only employee, you can't just shut that down. You got to, but you can get deferred for, like, if you have slower times during the year,
But most of that is up to the judge.
Yes.
Not that you don't get the letter telling you to report.
Right. And since it is a summons, it goes out into the sheriff's envelope with all my information inside. He likes to blame me for all that.
What changes do you anticipate in the next 5 to 10 years? Now, we've talked about the new building. That's a change for us here. But as far as the circuit court clerks across Tennessee, we do have change from time to time to adapt to the times and so on. Yeah.
I think it's going to be where the state is going to put more pressure on the clerks to everybody get on the same page, which is not a bad thing, because we have 95 counties and 95 different ways of doing some things within that office.
Well, that leads me to ask something else. How close are you, or are you at all, to other circuit court clerks in other counties?
Oh, very. I'm on the executive committee for the state court clerks, and Rutherford County and Sumner County and I all got in the very same time. So we've all become very good friends, and I've served as Middle Tennessee's president for the association. I go to every conference, because that's the only way that you're going to learn and see who's doing something better than you, or if you can help somebody else do their job better. So,
well, so you've established quite a rapport, really, with some.
Absolutely, yes.
And do y'all have a lot of common problems or challenges?
Yes, and we get those group texts going and get those group emails going and try to see who's doing what that we can do better in our own office.
When we get this new center, and do you know what the name of it's going to? Has that been decided yet?
I don't know.
Well, but it's going to be where court is held.
Yes.
And it's going to be 4 floors there.
Yes.
I understand you're going to be on the ground floor.
Yes.
Your entire office is going to be right there.
So hopefully they come in and they're like, I need to get a divorce. Well, you're going to go down to window 7, that circuit right over there, and that's where you're going to get your divorce. So, things like that. I think it'll make it a lot easier. It'll be tough at first because everybody's used to doing things their own way, and this little office is here and this little office is there, and it's just going to be real different.
What about parking? I know the county's bought some more land there adjacent, and maybe in the process of clearing it, and I think we're going to have more parking space. I hope it's going to be adequate.
I do too, and it'll be adequate for a while because we're just growing so fast. But yeah, they have blown up the world back there and putting in the parking lot. Like he said, we grow rock, so every day the rumble, you just go, and it does it every day, and it scares me every time. I'm like, I just should be used to this by now.
Oh. Well, we've got a couple of minutes left, Debbie. Anything you want to tell the folks that? Well, for one thing, I'm hesitating to ask this, but you'll be concluding your 3rd term next year about this time at the end of August. Next year, mm-hmm. Right? And there'll be an election next first Thursday in August next year.
There'll be a primary in May.
That's right. We will have, yes. Well, will your name be on the ballot?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So no question about it. You're planning to run at least for one more 4 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I like it. And I'm fortunate that I get along with all the other elected officials and the sheriff's department and the probation department and the DAs and the public defenders. And it's not that way all across the state, but we communicate very, very well together.
Well, one other thing, just thinking here, as busy as you're required to be, or as much as you're responsible for, obviously you're able to delegate some of this to different people, but are you have a lot of people come to see you personally, or
yeah.
A lot of your time spent people knocking on the door?
Quite a bit, because I've been around here my whole life, so if there's something I can help somebody do, they know they can come to me, and I'll do everything that I can to help them.
Well, I think too you've played your role, your part in doing things in the community. That
right.
kind of goes with the office. You can do more or less, but there's some things it's just kind of considered you're a public official.
Right.
You got to do as part of the community.
That's like volunteering at the fair. I love it. It almost got me this time, the heat and the dust, but I do that. I try to sponsor many things, and like Phoebe Connections and just different things, and I'm out there in the public a lot.
Well, Debbie, it's always good to have you with us. Probably should do it a little bit more often, but we became friends a long time ago. And I think you've done a commendable job as our circuit court clerk. Certainly appreciate you being with us this morning.
I appreciate being asked.
All right.
Anytime.
Debbie Moss, our circuit court clerk, and that's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. Please keep it right here, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. Absolute Kubota, premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Trying to wrap up an accident here coming out of Antioch on 24 westbound before Briley Parkway. A little bit heavy on 840 right when you come off 24. You got a lot of traffic there headed towards Veterans Parkway on 840, especially going westbound. It's a little bit slow. 65 south at Trinity Lane as it continues to build out of Wilson County on I-40 westbound through the Mount Juliet area headed on over into Hermitage. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, it doesn't matter what county you're in here in Middle Tennessee, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Need a venue for your next corporate training, meeting, luncheon, or customer appreciation event? These are just a few of the event options that the Farm Bureau Expo Center can accommodate within its 79,000 square feet of adaptable event space. The Farm Bureau Expo Center offers unparalleled versatility for corporate events in Wilson County. Come on by and check us out. For booking details as well as upcoming events, visit farmbureauexpo.com or find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Farm Bureau Expo.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series, the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main, Lebanon.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
The weather looks great for most of this work week. We'll have partly cloudy skies and much cooler today. Highs will be in the lower 80s. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the lower to middle 50s, and then only around 80 degrees for our Tuesday with partly cloudy skies. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions.
And we welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company. It's a Monday morning, and we're ready to talk about the Farm Bureau Expo Centers. We always do at this time. Gail Hellam is with us this morning, the Director of Marketing and Events, but it's by telephone because she is not in Lebanon at the moment. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, what is going on with you?
Well, I am not in Lebanon, as you said, so I know for a fact that the team is getting busy and ready for the upcoming gun show this coming weekend. So, I know the fair worked on getting a lot of stuff moved out yesterday, and I'm sure some of that will trickle in terms of when it gets done. But so, now that the fair is over and everybody has had a wonderful time going to the fair and enjoying everything that it had to offer, the expo is going to get back to, our normal scheduling. And like I said, the gun show is coming up this weekend, and I know that there's lots of people, including Billy, that are looking forward to to the gun show coming back. So,
yeah, that's one of Billy's favorite events.
It is. And then Samantha and I are out of town in Miami attending a Connect Spring Marketplace. We will be meeting with roughly 30 to 35 event planners, talking to them about the idea of bringing their events to the expo and to Wilson County so that, everybody benefits when we bring events into Wilson County. So we'll be busy doing that, and then we'll head back home and get back into our normal routine.
Well, it's nice to get away and to plan a little bit for the future and to bring maybe some new things to the Expo Center. That's part of what this is all about, right?
That's exactly what this is about. It's about just trying to cultivate some new opportunities for the Expo, and I got a kick out of it yesterday. Somebody saw my post on Facebook, and she's an event planner that I have talked to, I would say at least 3 or 4 times. And she saw that. She's like, wait, are you in Miami? And she's so excited. She's going to stop by, talk to us, and see if maybe we're at a point that we might be able to help them out. So social media did some favors last night.
Well, I've got to ask this. How's the weather in Miami?
It's temperate, really. Looking at the forecast, I think the hurricane weather out off of the Atlantic coast kind of tempered the intense heat that is normally here at this time of year. So you're talking 80s, mid-80s.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Not bad at all. The humidity is horrible, but I'm not going to complain about the temperature at all. Plus, we'll be inside the convention center, I would say 90% of the time. So, we'll be fine.
Well, you are spreading the word about, especially about Farm Bureau Expo Center, but really Wilson County and maybe even Tennessee, and meet a lot of people when you go to something like this. Maybe I guess you probably rub elbows with a lot of other people that are like you, that are there kind of in competition, wanting business back home. Is that kind of the scenario?
That is definitely true. I mean, just to put it in perspective, our booth number is 521. So I don't know what the total number of booths are, but I know there's at least 521. Yeah. That's the whole point, is to represent Wilson County, and not just the expo, but to represent the entire county, to be able to talk to that point of being able to tell people what we have to offer. And, I'll be honest, it's like sometimes the expo is not the answer for an event planner, but I may know of a facility that's in our area that I think that it would be a good match. And I don't hesitate to share that with them as well, because I think that anything that we can do to support other businesses in Wilson County is a win, even if it doesn't bring them into the expo specifically. So I do focus on that when that time or when those circumstances kind of surface.
Right, and these tourism dollars are kind of the ones that you really like, because you don't have to educate them, you don't have to provide jail space or other things. Generally speaking, they come, they spend their money, and they go home, and we love it.
That's exactly correct. And we get those tourism dollars regardless of whether it's inside the expo or on the ag grounds. They still come, they still do things there, and it's a great way for us to kind of promote everything that we have and let them see our growth, and hopefully they'll come back.
Well, Gail, thanks for being with us this morning. Have a good time in Miami, and we'll see you when you get back. And I'll remind everybody to check out your website at farmbureauexpo.com or Facebook for events, event details, leasing information, and more. And we'll hopefully see you live in studio next Monday.
You will. Have a great day.
Thank you. All right. That is Gail Hellam, and that's it for the Farm Bureau Expo Center. And I want to turn to my guest now, and I have two people live in studio this morning just waiting to come and talk about historic Lebanon. Robin Willis, Exec Director, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Robin, good to see you again.
You too.
Candy Partee, board chair, is with us as well. Candy, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Candy, it's always nice to have you as well. You and I have known each other for quite some time. You have been here for different things over the years, but
I have.
I hope everything's going well.
Everything's great.
Well, Robin, historic Lebanon, Main Street, you have been at the helm here, executive director, for a while. How long has it been now?
It's been about a year.
Yeah. You've settled in and going full speed ahead, I guess.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Well, what do we need to talk about this morning?
Well, we wanted to just talk a little bit about some of the things that we're working on, some projects that we have going on, and we also wanted to share about a couple upcoming fundraiser events that we have this fall.
Mm-hmm. Well, lead us off here.
Okay, perfect. So I think most people know that Historic Lebanon is an accredited Main Street community through Main Street America, and our mission is to preserve, enrich, and promote Lebanon's historic downtown as the vibrant heart of our community. So we're all about the community around downtown, around the square, bringing people there, having that be a destination for people to come for shopping and events and things like that.
Right, and now this is you're employed.
Yes, sir.
This is your job.
It is.
Candy, this is not necessarily your job. Yeah, how did you get into this? And I mean, I think what you do is on a volunteer basis, right?
It is. Yeah. I actually live not quite in the historic district, but I am on West Main Street in the 4th block. And, I just love the history of Lebanon. I love the square and all the historic buildings and just the vibrancy of the square here in Lebanon.
Been here long enough to really love it and appreciate it and want to see it continue.
Yeah, I moved to Lebanon in 1978, so I've been here a long time.
All right, go ahead, Robin. Pick it up from
No, absolutely. I would love for Candy to jump in too. We're organized within 4 different committees, and this is the way that Main Street America actually approaches community transformation. But we have a design committee, an economic vitality committee, a promotions committee, and organization. What does all of that mean? We have a lot of different projects to make the square a vibrant place. And so I just want to share a couple of the new ones for this year because they're very exciting to us. We have a new grant program that we have launched for downtown or Main Street business owners where we are offering applications basically for people to apply for a grant program where they can get facade work done on the front of their buildings, signage, awnings, etc. And that will hopefully help many business owners throughout the community. Then we're going to be installing some new wayfinding kiosks around the square where we'll have a business directory and business listings. So people that come in from a tourism perspective or people who've lived here for a long time can explore what businesses are around, places they've never gone before. And then we also have started some new training for our Main Street business owners where we have, I think, 8 training sessions scheduled over the next year, talking about everything from owning a business to marketing to social media to how to do Google Ads. And this is all free for them. And it's just a way for us to provide a supportive entrepreneur experience for the people that have started a business downtown. There are almost 200 business owners in the area that we support.
Right. Well, I can imagine some sort of training series like you're talking about here could really be of interest.
Yes.
It depends on the person, perhaps.
Absolutely.
How much they already know, but there is a lot to know.
There is, and they have to wear so many different hats. And so we've tried to come up with a program that really addresses a lot of different needs for different people.
What's been the response so far since you've held the position here? I hope people have welcomed you.
They have. They have. I was involved in the community well before that, and so it's just been a really nice continuation of that involvement. People have been incredibly supportive. The board is wonderful. The business owners are fantastic, and I think everyone is just really excited about the trajectory of the organization and of downtown.
Well, as far as your office goes, you do have an office.
We do.
Where is it?
It's at the Mill at Lebanon.
Okay. Yeah, you have some assistants, some people work with you.
I'm it.
You're it.
I'm it. I mean, the board is great. They're a working board, I would say, for sure. They're very helpful and hands-on. But yes, it's just me.
All right. Well, we've got some upcoming fundraising events to talk about. We've got a lot more, actually. But right now, it would be a good time to take a break. So let's do that. I'll have a break and more coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
All right. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a battery installed in most vehicles. $199.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. There's an accident, and just as you come through Kingston Springs and Cheatham County's got traffic tied up. They're clearing it, but it was slow a few minutes ago on 40 eastbound at the 188. Again, that's slowing down that traffic coming in from Dixon County. Wrapping up a crash. It's been over here for a while. 24 westbound at Briley here in Antioch. It's already heavy. 24 as you come past Bell Road. All that traffic trying to get in from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Stein Dental Care in Nashville offering a $50 new patient exam and consultation through the end of the month. Call Stein Dental Care Nashville at 540-0888. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Your Lebanon High football team is back on the field, and we're back in the booth. Join Don O'Gann, Joe Gardner, and myself, John Boyce, as the Blue Devils hit the gridiron each week. Lebanon football is brought to you by Bates Ford, Birdine Supply, Fakes and Hooker, Kay Maynard with State Farm Insurance, Kenny Salas and the Salas Realty Group, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryant, Shannon Speck Electric, Sports World, Rackley Roofing Company, Wilson Bank and Trust, and Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. This Friday, your Blue Devils will have their home opener against Siegel High School. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at mylebanontndentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Our final segment here for a Monday morning. I have Robin Willis, Executive Director of Historic Lebanon, with us this morning, along with Candy Partee, who is the board chair. And Candy, you got something for us, and then I think you're going to make your exit a little early this morning, which is fine. But as I said in the beginning, glad to have you. What do you got for us now?
Well, I wanted to talk about our upcoming event in September. It's our annual Farm to Table Dinner. It is a fundraising event, and it's going to be held Sunday, September 28th at, this year, it's at historic Cumberland University on the campus. So we're really excited to be at Cumberland because it is in our historic district and all the historic buildings that are there on the campus. And it's such a beautiful location to be out under the stars.
And you are she is working with you, you're working with her to make this bigger and better than ever, no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, tell us more.
Okay. We have a new event that's been added on at the beginning of our Farm to Table Dinner this year is wine and whiskey tasting that starts at 4:30 p.m. And the Market Basket is helping us with that. And we have limited tickets to that, so it's an exclusive event for VIP.
Okay.
And then our social hour for the entire event starts at 5 o'clock, 5 to 6 o'clock. Dinner is going to be under the stars, as I said, right there in front of Baird's Chapel. And it's going to be beautiful. The fire pit's there and all the trees, and it's just gorgeous.
Now, you're anticipating perfect weather.
Absolutely.
It will be
yes,
perfect.
It will be. Yes.
but if you've ever been to the Symphony on the Lawn, this is a similar setting.
Absolutely.
As far as
it is.
The sun goes down, and it is such a wonderful scenery, setting, atmosphere. It's great.
It is, and we both go to the Symphony on the Lawn every year, so I mean we know how beautiful it is there on the campus.
Yeah.
But we have dinner that's provided by 5 local chefs, and they're actually going to be doing the entrees, cooking the meats and things there on site. And I wanted to highlight those restaurants.
Yes.
The Black Sheep Cafe, Hush Pickies, Island Breeze Bistro, Olivia Cocktail and Oyster Bar, Slow Hand Bakehouse, and the food's just going to be absolutely wonderful. We haven't published the menu yet, but we'll be publishing that online here shortly. So it's going to be a great event.
Now, is there a limited number of tickets for this?
We do have a limit this year. But
well, I'm thinking you can only get so many people in that area. So
That's right.
Well, the actual limiting factor is if, in fact, it does rain. We will be moving into Barry's Chapel. So, we are limited with the number of people that we can get in there. But it's not going to rain, so it's going to be a beautiful night.
All right. What would be the easiest way to get tickets for that?
Online, on our Facebook page, or on our Historic Lebanon website. So we'd love for people to follow our page on Facebook, because we post events and happenings in the downtown area regularly.
Okay. Well, if that interests you at all, check it out on the website. And again, we'll remind you, this is the Farm to Table Dinner, and it's Sunday, September the 28th, which is not that far away, about a month from now.
It's about a month from now, yes.
Okay. Well, I know that in about 10 minutes till, which is 40 seconds from now, you need to be making your exit.
I do.
Candy, thanks again for being with us this morning.
Thank you,
for
Coleman.
all you do for the community.
Thank you for having us.
Being a board chair for Historic Lebanon, and probably sometimes holding Robin's hand.
Oh, she talks to me every day, probably.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
Thank you very much. We'll
Thanks,
see you
Coleman.
next time.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, Robin Willis, to continue with you. You can get up and go. Thank you very much. we have another thing coming up on Saturday, October 25th. So tell us about it.
We do. So this is a new event for us, and it's something that we're really excited about. We think it's something that the community seems to have rallied around the idea of having this. It's Cocktails and Costumes at the Historic Capitol Theater. So it's an adult Halloween party. It's Saturday, October 25th. And as I said, that will be at the Capitol Theater. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. We'll have appetizers, cocktails, live music, and dancing with Sweet and Three Band. They're a local band.
Yeah,
I'm sure you know.
Everybody knows Rusty.
I know it. Okay. Some people don't, but most people do. He's great. So we'll have appetizers and desserts, and then we'll also have a costume contest with some cash prizes. So people can come in either their individual or group costumes and compete with other folks that are there. And we just think it'll be really fun. Halloween on the Square is the day after that, and that's a family-friendly, children-oriented event. And we just thought it would be fun to bring something to a historic venue that was kind of a night out for people. So we're really, really excited about that.
All right. It says here, delicious bites from Black
Sheep Cafe and desserts from Polly Sparrow Bakery.
I keep hearing all these names that I'm not so familiar with. We've had a lot of new ventures here.
We have.
How much are you responsible for that? If they're in a historic district, you got something to do with it, I guess.
I'm more become involved after the fact once they're here. Sometimes I'm involved with helping try to match people up with where they'll be going, but we really do try to welcome the new businesses when they come in and let them know how to get connected with other business owners and with what we have going on. But as you said, Black Sheep Cafe, they're at the mill, inside the mill at Lebanon.
Okay.
And so it's a cafe and general store. And they have coffee and all kinds of different food. I think they're open, till maybe 3:00 in the afternoon. And then Polly Sparrow Bakery is a newer bakery. She's been open for almost 2 years now on the Square, next to where Markham's Shoes used to be.
Okay.
And she's open on the weekends, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. But yes, we do have, even the farm to table folks that will be cooking. We have Island Breeze Bistro and Olivia Cocktail and Oyster Bar and Slow Hand Bakehouse. They're all relatively new.
Well, I take it especially if it's in the historic district, then you know about it and are being maybe the the CEO, the Chief Encouragement Officer, or something.
That's a great way to put it. I definitely would love that role.
I stole that from Mark Hinsley, but
that's great.
That is another word, another thing you can say about a CEO, the Chief Encouragement Officer, and I think that is part of your job.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, we really want to support those business owners because we know it's hard, especially this year has been a really unique year, I think, where people are not spending as much money in local retail establishments. You know, Amazon is really, really convenient and people are just maybe not spending as much money as they usually do. And so coming along beside those business owners and helping them figure out different ways to approach things and maybe just encouraging them, like you said, to hold on.
Well, and another thing, too, we mentioned, of course, the Chamber of Commerce. We have a very vibrant Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
Mount Juliet does, too. And Watertown's coming along.
Yes.
But you have a relationship with those, and especially with the one here in Lebanon.
We do. We have some wonderful partners. And so from our board perspective, we have ex officio members from the City of Lebanon, which is Mayor Bell and Sarah Haston, and then from the Chamber, which is Melanie Minter, and then we have our tourism director, Jason Johnson. And so we have fantastic partnerships with really everyone who is focused on making Lebanon, Wilson County a vibrant place. And they're very, very supportive of our mission.
All right, we've got some more to talk about here, some more community events and partnerships. So
absolutely. So we are partners in several events that you may have heard about. We have the Lebanon Art Crawl, which actually just started, I think, last fall, but we were one of kind of the founding members of that. And we've helped with Rock the Block for the last several years.
Let me back up.
Sure.
The Lebanon Art Crawl.
Sure.
Tell us a little about that.
That's basically, we've tried it at a couple different locations, but that's basically just a way for us to provide a space for local artists to come out and showcase their work. And the first time we did it, they were in different businesses around downtown. And so people could walk around downtown and so you could see someone that had pottery or see someone that had paintings and look at their artwork. And you could go to the next place and see someone that had jewelry. And it's just a great way we can provide a space for artists to come out.
Is this for people of all ages?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yes. So then the next time we did it at the Mill inside Edgerton Hall. And so I think we had 30 local artists that came and showcased their work. And so it's been great. I think that event has room to grow and to morph into something that will be really meaningful for the community. And people like to get out and do things like that, it seems.
Yeah, and you mentioned Rock the Block,
yes.
and I sort of interrupted
That's okay.
I think most people, I want to think this, Rock the Block has drawn a pretty good crowd.
It has.
An excellent crowd at times when you've had it. And
it has.
It's still an ongoing thing, right?
It is. We don't have any more events planned for this year, but we're looking at and starting to go ahead and plan for next year and determine how many dates we'll do. Sometimes there's been 3 or 4 dates. Sometimes there's been 2 dates per year. It just depends on the schedule. But we want to expand that. People really seem to enjoy it. It's a free community concert that we provide. There's food trucks. Usually there are kids' activities. And so it's just a wonderful way to come out and support.
It's always been on the square.
It has.
Do you plan for it to continue on the square, or you thought about having it anywhere else?
We have thought about different areas of the square to maybe move it to, just potentially from a parking perspective. But I think it will still be downtown for sure.
Okay, but that's a continuing thing, and as long as people show up, you're probably going to try to do it.
Oh yes, absolutely. And as you talked about earlier with the weather this year we had rain both days, and so it was almost down to the minute deciding whether or not we would even have an event. It's hard to do that with all that equipment and all those people if it's raining and a thunderstorm.
You got a couple more you want to talk about?
Yes, just very briefly, and these are not historic Lebanon events, but Halloween on the Square and Christmas on the Square both are events that are put on by the Chamber and the city, and we do support those. We actually partner with our downtown merchant group to sponsor the photo booth for those events, and so the Halloween on the Square event is October 26th, and then Christmas on the Square, I believe, is December 13th, and so those are just great community events that highlight how charming our downtown is. So I encourage people to come out for them.
Well, I think that in most of the situations here, whether it's Historic Lebanon or who is putting it on, when you have an event like these we've talked about here, a lot of the merchants will be open.
Yes.
It's for those who stay open, have something to sell or the crowd's attracted to, it's profitable for them.
Yes. Yes. I mean, anytime any new people come down to the square, it's eyes on their businesses, and they'll potentially come back. So they're very aware of that.
Okay, I guess we better hurry here. Got about a minute to go here.
Sure. So basically what I just would like to say is if you're not following us on Facebook, please do. It's Historic Lebanon Main Street, or on Instagram, either one. And you can visit our website, which is historiclebanon.com, for information about tickets for our fundraisers. You can also explore the business directories of the businesses that are downtown as well, and just learn about the events that are happening.
And support Historic Lebanon. You appreciate any support, any kind words, any encouragement that comes from whomever, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Especially businesses.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Robin, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Coleman.
An opportunity to tell a little bit about your plans for the next few weeks, and we certainly appreciate you and Candy both. Candy had to leave. She's the board chair for Historic Lebanon. Robin is the executive director. So thank you again very much.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for Monday. Please join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.